That's right, Chris. So we're told that the sheriff's office here in Manatee County was getting calls about burglaries as of 11 p.m. last night, and they say that those calls continued throughout the night. Seriously, a very sad situation for people who are going through so much. 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Helene hit, and then now Hurricane Milton. Thankfully, though, it was not as bad, seemingly, as of right now, as expected it could have been. Now, here at the Emergency Operations Center, whenever a hurricane or tropical force storm winds, in fact, come to the area, 39-mile-per-hour winds come, that's whenever they lock down the Emergency Operations Center. So until this morning, this is the first time we're really being able to step outside and see, but we're not actually seeing a lot of destruction because this is such a safe area. They build these emergency operations centers in the safest spaces, the ones that are not prone to flooding, and that's because there is so much important work going on inside. I probably slept 2 hours last night as emergency leaders were just going in and out of doors, calling for each other, calling for their people. At one point, you know, I'm just here listening to calls of people being like, I can't get a hold of this person, I can't get a hold of this person. A lot of concern for their own people, but of course the priority here was the community. This is why they weren't able to get a hold, because people were out trying to help those who didn't heed the warnings. But luckily, there were so many people who did. 12,000 people reportedly went to shelters here in Manatee County. And one of the things that I want to point out here, there's actually a couple things right here. So one thing, we have our news truck all the way back here. Over there are some big tree limbs. We'll try to get over there maybe for the next shot if we can get some good signal over there. And then another thing that one of the emergency leaders told us, there's this pin here on the table at the Emergency Operations Center. They said that this pin has just stayed in the area since Hurricane Debbie. If that gives you a look at just how safe it is to be at an emergency operations center. Again, it's because the people here are doing such important work to make sure that everyone in the community is safe. Now, I took some notes from the sheriff's office. I'm just going to look down at my phone so I can read off some of these things as we're taking a look at what we're seeing around here. One more thing is, I believe this is a Bell's factory over here across the street. You see a bunch of semis in the parking lot, a bunch of blinking lights. Those blinking lights we did not see yesterday, which tells us that it's possible that they had the power outages, which at one point Bradenton, we're told, had the most power outages yesterday. But as of this morning, a lot of the power is coming back on in this area. They say right now there are more than a dozen road closures. This is all per the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. They say that there's a tree down on a power line. Again, those burglaries started being reported at about 11 last night. They say that they're not dispatching EMS until they know hospitals are up and running. They told me that at about 1:30 this morning. They believe that the Lakewood Ranch Hospital should be up and running by now. The Sheriff's Office will be looking for debris, down power lines, trees down. They say that they were holding 40 calls for service as of 1:30 a.m. The Sheriff's Office will start writing their zones and assess damages this morning, and then Public Works will be going out to clean up the big damage. You know, flooded roads is one of the concerns. There are big hazards there. They say that the southern part of the county seemed to see more of the damage than the northern part of the county, but it's unsure how much storm surge actually came into this area. So as the sun starts to come up this morning, that's whenever we're going to really start to see what exactly happened here in Manatee County. They say that that's also whenever they could start to open up these shelters, but the people in the shelters just need to hang tight. Those trying to get a hold of their loved ones, if their people went to the shelters, they should be safe. They were not getting any calls that I'm aware of. I asked if they were getting any calls of people trapped in their homes or anything like that. I know that was a big thing we saw in Hurricane Helene. They say they haven't heard anything about that. So definitely a good sign, definitely great that people here in the area heeded the warnings, headed to those shelters, listened to the emergency officials, and now it's going to make their jobs a lot easier to get all of this damage out of the way and try and get back to normal as soon as possible. Guys.
All right, Chloe, great updates there from the Sheriff's Office, and we will check back in with you in just a little bit. Thank you so much.